Hello Southies, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. In today's speed build, I am building a mansion style home, a traditional mansion style home with a modern extension out the back. Now it has been a while since I've built a mansion. I think the last one I did was for my Frozen Hearts LP, the mansion for the Alexander household. And so this I built over on stream during a stream marathon that I had recently. I will tell you, I'm not one for building huge builds because I'm the type of person I like to sit and build in one go. And so we know that some builds can take several hours. So this took me maybe 4 to 5 hours to build the entire thing, and I'm still not finished with it. Like, there's still a bunch of cluttering and decorating that I needed to do. Now, I did split this video up into 2 parts. So in today's part, you'll just see mostly the exterior, how I built the house itself, as well as the modern extension. And I did a pool out the back and some landscaping. So that's what you're pretty much going to see in this build. And then in the next video, I will show off all the interior. I'm still gonna try and cut as much as I can out because I don't want these videos to be too terribly long. I kind of, in my mind, decided to make a commitment to try to make at least speed builds 20 minutes or shorter if I can. So that will mean splitting up long videos like this into 2, but that just means more videos to watch. So yeah, if you can see that there's an exterior, or sorry, you can see that there is a floor plan that's been created, but I did that and cut out the footage. But yeah, I saw this photo. If I can remember to post it in the video, I will. If not, it'll be in the description below. I saw this photo and I thought, you know, simple mansion. The problem with like really simple looking builds is that they don't always look that great in The Sims. Like, they look really pretty in other mediums, but sometimes in The Sims it just doesn't look that amazing. And so like right now I am trying to figure out the best wallpaper because I feel like the Discover University wallpaper looks more like the photo, but it just in the game did not look good at all. And so I changed it because it was terrible. But I did use these university windows. Obviously, they're not the exact same kind of windows in the photo, but I felt like they matched the vibe the best. So obviously, if you really want to make a build look exactly like a photo, or more like a photo that you find on, say, Pinterest or Google, or something like that, finding really good CC is the best bet. But I try my best to, when I'm building, to make sure that I only use the EA products because I want them to be easily accessible on the gallery. But I am in the future, in the near future, going to attempt to do a build with nothing but Harry and Felixander CC. So be on the lookout for that. I can't tell you exactly when that's going to happen, but I've downloaded their kitchen pack and their bathroom pack and I think a couple of others. So I am really looking forward to it. What I like about their stuff is that it's Maxis Match, so it looks like the game. And the CC that, especially build by CC that doesn't look like the game, really throws me off. I can't deal with it at all. But as you can see, I'm doing some landscaping. Obviously, it's a super big lot, so I decided to just sort of surround the house in a bunch of trees and forests so that it's sort of tucked away and hidden. I do end up off camera putting a big wall fence because even though this building is on an island, there are other houses on the island, and I'm thinking in my mind, this family wants seclusion, they want to be tucked away, they want to feel like their house is in a big open space, but they don't want the neighbors to pry. So a big fence is has been put around this building. And as you can see now, I'm working on the modern extension. This did take me a minute to come up with. I had a completely different idea before, but then I was thinking this island has so many amazing views. And so first off, I resituated the house. If you're familiar with this lot, then you know the direction that the house is facing is not actually the direction that your game populates in. Because I think you can access this part of the island from a little dock that's off to the side. But I flipped it around to where the extension would be able to get the views of the, I guess, the ocean or the lake or the sea or whatever you want to call that, that the island sits in. And you'll be able to get that from the pool and everything. So I flipped it completely around, and this particular building is mostly glass. Right here I'm doing this sort of accordion door technique with glass to make it look like you push the, you push that out or you push it in, and it's a really cool effect. I can't take credit for it. I found it, someone did this a long time ago, and on another video I was watching, and it's one technique that I love doing myself. But there'll be windows pretty much all the way around this building so that you can get those really cool views. Obviously, your Sims are not really, they don't really care much about the views, but in my mind, I imagine that they're really like, oh, look at all these amazing views. And when they decided to add this modern extension, they were like, yeah, stick it right here. So that's why you have this huge hallway leading to the modern extension. So see, look at all those views. And so, yeah, that I am going to be changing those windows here shortly, but that's why I built it the way that I did. But yeah, if I can remember, let's see, this house has 5 bedrooms, 4 upstairs, a master suite, and then a guest bedroom downstairs. And it has kitchen and family room, which is off the back of the house, that section that's before you get to the hallway that leads to the modern extension. Okay, the pool area. The pool area and me were not friends. I could not figure it out at all. So I didn't finish the pool until the next day because I couldn't figure it out at all. Now, I'm also really mad because when I went back into the game, after I built or put all the furniture inside this little extension, half of it was gone. Like, I don't know what happened. I guess because I didn't have move objects on when I initially went back into the game to finish it, and so I had to re-put that in there. That's never happened to me before though, so I was so confused. So yeah, the pool area, that's me. Like I said, I did this in stream, and so I was showing someone how I did this accordion effect with the windows. But yeah, so this is me finally coming up with the design. I had to sleep on it, think about it, and I came back and did this really cool design. I know that someone has already figured out how to do platforms in pools. I just haven't yet. And but I know that someone has. They had to have, because having different levels in pools, that would be so cool, but I couldn't figure it out, and I really wanted there to be like multiple levels within this pool, but I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't do it. And so I came up with this little design where it's just a square and there is a little platform or a couple different platforms that your Sims can sit on and hang out on, like this one that's actually in the pool you could jump off of or something like that. Yeah, so that was fun. The landscaping for the pool, which you'll see in just a few minutes, is probably some of the best landscaping that I've ever done. I was pretty proud of myself for this one, not gonna lie. Here you see I'm kind of moving it because I wanted to have a little bit more space for this pool. I didn't want it to feel like it was bumped up right at the edge of the lot. So yeah, here I go, coming up with the design, and I think it came out pretty great. Let's see, is there any housekeeping stuff while I got you? Like I said, this is a two-parter, so the next part you'll see me do most of the interior. I did a lot of it, and I like the family room, and I like all of the bedrooms. The formal living room is the one that was stressing me out the most, so if you were watching my stream and you saw me put it together, it might change, because I don't know, I liked it, but I wasn't obsessed with it. I wasn't like super into it, so that might change. But yeah, on that stream I also worked a little bit on my Frozen Hearts LP, so I'm really excited to get to that and edit that down. People kind of got the behind the scenes of my process, how I do LPs, which is generally I open the game, I have a rough idea of the story that I'm wanting to tell that particular day, and then it's a combination of me getting my Sims to do what I want them to do, and then just sort of following their lead. Like if a Sim starts to get flirty with another Sim, then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go this route. So I use a lot of MC command trying to manipulate my Sims into doing what I want them to do. But yeah, that's sort of my process of, and then talking to myself and trying to come up with a story and sort of changing up the story and editing. It was a mess, but hopefully someone could kind of see the inside of it. Unlike a gamer that just sort of strictly just kind of plays the game and goes with emotion, I really try to force a story, or not force, I try to create a story out of the LP. And so sometimes, especially in the process of actually playing the game, a lot of it doesn't make any sense, especially when I'm like playing it, because like I said, I'm sort of coming up a little bit of it on the fly, improvisation, and then a little bit with an actual story in mind. So just a good combination. But here you can see me doing this beautiful landscaping of the pool. I thought, let's just cover it with plants, and I think this turned out really cool. I think that if this were real and you were sitting in the pool or sitting on the little platform and you looked out and you saw these beautiful flowers, and then you looked beyond the flowers and saw the cliffs and the ocean and Windenburg, the mainland, I think that it would just be so cool. As I said in my stream, I try to decorate the mansion as if I were living here, but I could never live in a big house like this. Like, I don't even understand how a person could. I think I made it to where there's 5 Sims. Let's see, 6 Sims living in this house. So it's a good size house for your Sim family to live in. So hopefully all the space would get used. I don't even know if I'll ever play in this house. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll create a little family. I'll definitely have to play or test it to make sure everything in the house works. And I generally, when I'm taking screenshots, I like to have my Sims in the photos sort of moving around and doing things to make it kind of come alive a little bit. So I'll be playing the house for a little while, not a long time, and I have to make the family. I haven't made the family yet, but I can't wait for you to see some of the interiors. I'm really proud of a lot of the interiors. I'm super proud of this pool area the most. Yeah, I put some more off camera, put some more decor type things on the build itself to make it look a little bit more like the mansion itself has been here for several years, and it's definitely been kept up and kept pristine, but it was made, a really long time ago when buildings had a little bit more decorative items on them, items and pieces. So you'll see that probably in the next video, but I am coming up to the end of this one, If you enjoyed it, let me know by pressing the like button. Comment down below, what do you think about the build so far? And if you haven't already and you want to see more content from me, please subscribe. I try to post every week and I would love to have you be a part of the Southies family. Part 2 will be coming out in a couple of days. As always, my name is Cece and I promise never to break your game. Bye.
I know that it's getting cold, the waves are crashing in. When the streams are getting strong, just hold on to me, yeah. I'm your lighthouse, I'm the sun against your dark clouds. I will always be your guiding light. I'm your lighthouse, I'm the sun against your dark clouds. I will always be your guiding light. I know you're strong.